spinoff.
First of all, the Autopsy of Jane Doe is a creepy ass movie.
Oh yeah, I own it. That shit is up.
Yeah.
I would never work at a hospital, especially the morgue, overnight by
Don't
myself.
you work at a hospital?
Yeah, but not overnight by myself.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
But
Thanks.
you know,
Like,
I like Hennessy. Chris don't like Hennessy, so you know that.
I don't like Hennessy. I grew up. I was bred to enjoy it at a certain age. After a certain age, it's like seriously, no matter where you're going, when somebody pulls out Hennessy, it's like it just changes the whole vibe of where you at.
You pop up like a fucking gopher. Like,
No,
Kanye West messed it up
no,
Why?
when he did.
oh, what do you mean Kanye West messed it up?
because he was drinking Hennessy when he took the mic from Taylor Swift.
Okay, I can see that. But I mean, listen, Asians. You know, my mom just has Hennessy all the time, and when I was a baby, like in order to get me to quiet down, she would take Hennessy and just rub it on my lip or bottom lip, and that would help me quiet down.
I feel like the '90s really ruined the rap of Hennessy, and like me and my wife go to places. We go to different places, and then we scan the bars.
Mhm.
If they're serving Hennessy, we're like, all right, I could be here.
No,
Really?
I'm just
Bro, you'd be surprised. Start playing that game when you go out. When you go out of town anywhere, and you go to a place and there's a bar and they don't have Hennessy, just be like, all right.
I was gonna say, but Hennessy's like a mainstream liquor though. Like, even though Grey Goose ain't popular, it's still
No,
that belongs on the bar.
But then, like, I'll get bold and I'll ask the proprietor, like, hey, why do you guys have Hennessy? And they usually give me a combination of, like, well, our clientele doesn't really drink that, which is like,
All right. Well, that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
it's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid 5'6".
Your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Point Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, you know, we're talking about Hennessy. You know, some people, when they drink Hennessy, they start grabbing weapons. And that kind of leads into this movie because, you know, I don't know, this movie, I'm really curious to hear what y'all thought about this movie because I talked to someone about it and they weren't really feeling it. In which case, like I said, I almost reached the phone and choked them out. So I'm curious to see what y'all thought about this. Marcos, why don't you tell the people what movie we picked this week?
The movie we picked this week is Weapons. It's a wonderful movie. I enjoyed it a lot. It's basically, to recap it in just one small sentence, it's kids go missing and, you know, only from one teacher's classroom. Everybody's pissed. Nobody knows why. And then you basically pick up from there, and you get to see the story from different perspectives, which was very good. I really enjoyed that. And it's like this movie is so good that it's a horror, it's a comedy, and a very gripping drama all at the same time.
Yeah, that was a run-on sentence, bro.
I was gonna say you
said-
said
Well,
you said
you
a
know
quick
what? You know
sentence
what?
and kept
No, no,
going.
you need
You
to
know
go
what?
back to- you need to go back to English class, bro.
Hey, English was
Yeah, get out of that mass media class. Go back to English class.
Man,
I was never part of Esau, but that's bullshit. I should have been. No.
Chris, what'd you think of the movie?
I liked it. I just even though I don't do this on purpose, I just wish there was something that either was different or elaborated more to make the story make more sense.
What do you mean? Because I thought the movie made a lot of sense.
Oh, now unless I missed something. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know we jump around, so here we go. Matter of fact, anybody drinking with me tonight?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You gonna put that big ass bottle. This is a little.
Just because I am uncultured and I didn't bring a glass up.
I got the bottle too. I just got my cheek aside.
Chris got,
You know.
no. Marco's got that potent cheek.
Man, I don't drink hard liquor a lot.
That's not cheek juice. That's between the cheek juice.
What?
Oh man! All right, take this drink. Let's get it cracking.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Is that
Okay, before you get into that, Chris, I like the movie like a lot, and
Okay.
I'm one of those people. I really love the idea of perspective and point of views. And I like when, you can take one scenario or one scene and see it from different point of views. And that's one of the things I really loved about this movie because like, you just saw different people's perspectives and it didn't when you saw their stories kind of intersect, it happened at like different points.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was a couple little things that probably got left in the air, but for the most part, I thought this movie was like really fucking well done.
Legit, Chris. Like I came home because I went and saw with Lily, and I was like when we were leaving, I was like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, with just like the board with the. I was like,
Uh,
this means
Like
this.
fucking Minority Report.
but it's Minority Report. You see them
Yeah.
moving shit around like,
Like this is what that means. She's like, yeah. And then like the next day, she was like, I don't know. I thought it was good. I think you're just over over
n-
to it.
n- n-
Wow.
no, I
Had
mean,
bad papers and shit. Like, no, this is what this means.
I just got two gripes about it. And they're really, in my opinion, the gripes are actually probably stupid
Yep.
because I like the movie. I just feel like one thing that I felt like didn't even need to be in the movie was when I believe Josh Brolin's character goes to the house and is it an AK-47?
Oh, in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
It's
have
an
no
AR
idea.
15. It's an AR 15 with the 217 on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like, but what was that supposed to mean? You know what I'm
So
saying?
so that's where it gets crazy. So I deep dive on movies. I'm like, all right, let me
Really? We didn't know that. Hey, tell us how much it made.
No, not like that. I didn't even check. It's actually probably the most successful movie of the summer, outside of like what's it called, Jurassic Park, which was the biggest moneymaker this summer, which is surprising as hell.
Hmm.
But no, apparently the 217. So the guy that directed the movie, so his best friend, like it turns out that he said that the way he describes his movie is an allegory for his grief.
Okay.
Each character represented the reaction that he had when he found out his best friend died. His best friend was a writing partner that had a skit show called The Whitest Kids in the Room or Whitest Kids in the World or something
Yeah,
like
I've heard of it.
so his buddy was an alcoholic and he got like to the point that he went to rehab here and there, but the way he died, it's like it's funny but fucked up at the same way. Like he got real drunk that he walked off of a balcony and died from the fall. That's some Looney Tune shit, but it's fucked up.
The Phil
So
Collins kid.
yeah.
I'm, I'm stuck on when he's like and died. He sounded like dude from Cruise.
Yeah. But but anyway, so he talked about that the thing that he put in the story was how each character represented each stage of grief that he felt about
Yeah.
his kid. Like, the girl, honestly, the teacher, she was trying to drown her sorrows with drinking. The dad was like anger and like, I gotta fix this. I gotta find an explanation. And then the cop was like, everything he was trying to do was fucking up.
Yeah.
And the addict was just trying to like just find whatever makes him happy. And it basically led him to that. So the 217, his friend died around 215. And then the symbolism from what I read online of the gun refers to it can refer because his friend died on the second on February something.
Yep.
And then it could also mean that there's two survivors, the teacher and the little boy, and the 17 missing kids. But somewhere I read that it could be a biblical verse, like when the kids got burned by the pharaohs or something. And then it also means like like mass shootings because there was two mass shootings that occurred in like January and something. It's like a whole. If you
Yeah.
want to dive into
I
that,
I had heard it had something to do with some kind of like law about like gun control or something like that. I don't know. But I felt the same way. I was like that. I was like it was there, but it didn't lead to anything. So I get that.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
And the other thing, I really wish they would have gave a backstory or did something with the aunt. Like,
Okay.
because the reason why I say that is
Yep.
because spoiler alert, we jump around. When she makes the comment about she thought her I guess her niece and nephew would save her, something like that.
Yeah.
But she needed something from
I'm Sorry, I don't drink hard liquor like that, bro. That shit is burning.
Oh,
You know,
God.
you licked it for the first time.
Oh God. Yeah, Uncle
Supposed
Ho
to
could have
taste
thought of that.
That should be the thumbnail. Just me going, ugh.
Oh, I will find that.
Oh
I'll find that. Put
God.
that in there.
Oh, but yeah,
But,
I wish they would have either gave a backstory on her of why she needed the kids,
mhm.
because I felt like her story just was just a random aunt. Like there was no depth to her. Besides
Okay,
she's a fucking crazy ass lady.
let me give you one
That a
scenario.
dude was playing.
Yeah, let me. No, that was a woman.
I'm just
No,
a dude.
but no, let me give you one scenario.
Okay.
Why in this movie do you need a background for the aunt, but in The Dark Knight you don't need a background for the Joker?
Because we know who the Joker is.
No, you're assuming.
Oh, no. Hold on, wait. And then the Dark Knight. Let's be clear here. Joker was opening scene.
Yeah, but you don't have a background. You don't know his background. You know he's a criminal.
Yeah, but in this one he plays a psychotic. In Dark Knight he plays a psychotic criminal. Like,
Yeah,
why
but-
it's so serious? You know, I got these scars.
but,
like, he's telling you his story throughout the movie.
But he changed his back. He changed his backstory like 3 times.
Yes, but they're still giving you something to let you know how psychotic he is.
Well, here I understand what Sarat is saying, and I think that example was not the best example. It's like the movie that we saw with the dudes with the mask that just kill kill the people, and they're like, you were just there. Like, remember we
Oh,
talked?
strangers.
Yeah, it's like Strangers. It's like you don't need to have a background. It's like this person's just doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But to Chris's credit, the director said that they're currently exploring a prequel explaining the aunt. But
Yeah.
this movie, I don't know if you guys seen The Barbarian.
Yeah, we covered it on here.
Yeah, it's
Bullshit ass movie. It wasn't bullshit, but when it makes that turn and he's driving on the fucking highway and it's all like after that girl runs into the basement, then the next scene is the dude driving on a sunny highway. I was just like, come on.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
I think with that
basically
from
like that. Like in that movie, they didn't explain to you really what the hell happened.
Yeah,
It started off as a killer movie, and then you got basically like a mutated demon mom that like made no sense. She was like 9 feet tall or something crazy, but that movie was scary as hell. It had a lot of jump scares.
It wasn't scary.
Oh, it wasn't scary as hell.
It had a lot of jump scares.
Creepy. It was creepy. I was just wondering, hey, how you going? Listen, if I show up at an Airbnb, someone else is there, I ain't staying inside.
Yeah.
Nah.
I thought that, like, all jokes aside, like I know we're jumping off target. I thought that guy was gonna rape and kill her. I was like,
I thought I liked the fact that he wasn't, a fucked up dude. I actually like the fact that he's actually genuine. Like, I made a mistake. I rented this place too. Like,
but
we
the
just-
way
we just
that
stuck in
he
this-
came across is like, I don't know about this guy. Like even as the audience, he like, yo, this guy's weird. He's really sketchy, and I think that was my purpose. But I think the aunt was like just a MacGuffin, like the reason that they were there. Like, you know what I mean? Like they needed to explain what was going on to expand the characters. Like the entire movie had a lot of flawed characters. The lead, was it her name Julie, or that's
think
the
so,
actor's name?
Yeah. I think I like the idea. Again, if they weren't going to make a part 2, I would assume after watching the movie they're going to make a part 2 and they're going to explore that. If they didn't, then I'm like, all right, then that's kind of whatever. But but after watching, I'm like,
disgusting because
I'm sure they will. It's kind of like Terrifier.
he basically self-financed this movie. Like apparently, Jordan Peele wanted it.
Yep.
And the guy that wrote and directed it, he has the same agent as Jordan Peele that led to Jordan Peele firing him because Paramount won this movie, not Paramount or New Dimension, whoever filmed it won the movie by $3 million.
Yeah.
So like Jordan Peele was willing to go, he like really liked the script.
Yeah.
And if the guy was like, oh no, he signed the contract, and then that literally led to that agent to get fired because he was gonna get a better deal with the other, like he was gonna get like co-producer rights and all that stuff and double dip as an agent and as a producer.
Yep.
That led to Jordan Peele fire him.
Yep.
But which blows my mind because if this movie, it was amazing as is, if it would have gotten the Jordan Peele treatment, that would have probably like elevated even crazier.
Yeah.
Like I said, just going back to it.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's because I think her character was dope as the villain.
Mhm.
Like her showing up I just wish that there was something that was there when she says like I need something from your kids, like all the kids in your class, whatever.
Well,
Like, are they giving you life? Are they keeping you alive?
Okay, so I
Is
would
it like it? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
it was explained. It was explained in the movie because I saw this movie twice. I went and saw it again for us to film it. So and it's something. And again, I cheated. I went online and they pointed out certain moments,
yeah,
and I went back and watched it. And they're talking about parasites. They're talking about a whole bunch of organisms that suck the life out of you.
yeah.
And then if you notice, she was really old when she came in, and she was getting younger as the movie moved along. So she
Yeah.
was sucking life from the parents.
So no, but I mean, I think so. She said she needed she was gonna use the parents, but they didn't work. So then she needed kids. So I assume she needed younger bodies. I wish, like Chris says, I wish I had seen how she was siphoning the life force out of them. I assume she's siphoning life force. I just don't know how she was doing it because these motherfuckers are standing in the basement, waiting for their turn or some shit.
Yeah, as it did the Mario run through the night.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's the Naruto. That's a Naruto run.
That's what it was. I thought it was Mario and Luigi.
So apparently the script was out there.
Yeah, like Super Mario World.
Yeah,
Like this guy made the script and put it out there for people to read because it's called a treatment. And I might be incorrect on this. A treatment is when you write a script and nobody's paying you to write it, and you write it, you don't know if you want to make it, and then you go out and shop it later on.
It's like a spec script.
Yeah,
Treatment is kind of an explanation or a summary of what you're gonna.
okay. So
Yeah.
I stand correct. So basically, he changed it. Like one of the things that he changed is the son, the one that wasn't stolen. What's his name? I forgot the kid's name.
was it Alex?
Alex, yes, Alex Lilly. He basically this movie was supposed to take place around Valentine's Day, but then an actual school shooting happened on Valentine's Day when they were filming, so they removed that aspect. So the stuff that he took, like the name tags, it was supposed to be Valentine's Day cards in those little boxes that he was going to bring
Yeah.
to the aunt, and which made sense. And
go ahead.
and then there was a line. So when Josh Brolin, when he got to the house, right? Remember, he was the owner of the construction company.
Yeah.
His foreman was like, "Hey, man, we got the wrong paint. We got the wrong materials." Initially, it was supposed to be his foreman that messed up, and Josh Brolin was going to flip out on him. And Josh went in and said, "No, this line works better if I'm the one that messed up because it shows how like I'm devoid of everything at this point. I'm only caring about how do I get my kid back."
Yeah.
And it kind of made
which was better. A douchebag move. He went in the base and say, "Fuck y'all kids." He said, Matthew.
But then he saw the old lady like jumped at him. I was like, oh shit. What do you guys think of the perspective changes? Like I said, I'm a guy who I really love the idea of seeing one moment through different perspectives. So like, for instance, when you saw how the girl ended up. Oh no, not the girl. I'm sorry. When you saw how the addict, when he figured out that there's all the kids or whatever, they're all inside this house.
Who was played by Austin Abrams. He's actually pretty good. Like I had to go back because I was like, who is this crackhead? And then I was like, or meth head, excuse me. He's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
he's been in a couple movies. He always plays creepy characters like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I really like, all jokes aside, I thought that this guy really was on the stuff.
But I'm just saying, I like the way that, when you saw the police officer's perspective, you just saw the crackhead, the addict show up again, and you're like, oh, he's just being an addict again. But then you switch it and you see his perspective, you're like, oh no, he could have solved his whole case, but because of what was going through everyone else's life at that time, it fucked it all up. So what y'all think of that, the whole change of perspectives and shit like that?
No, I thought that was dope.
I liked it, but I just want to say that the whole cop story, I was like, this guy's a piece of shit. Like he fucked.
The cop?
No, what do you mean?
Really?
Bro, he destroyed his marriage, and then
I don't think he was married.
He was married.
I think it was his girlfriend.
Now, how you know she didn't destroy the marriage?
No, because he was married, and they were trying for kids, and then he because I've seen people.
There we go, trying for kids again. How do you try for kids? Just get the fucking.
He said because the wife said it. She was like, hey, people don't just, hey man, nobody's out there just like boom immediately.
Chris is.
Well,
I told you, he dropped
that's the
14
thing.
loads today.
I said, not everybody, not everybody's like that. And like, and then like the whole thing, like, first of all, I'm 100% assume that he got sick.
Yeah,
And
100% assume. I like that.
like, no, when he got pregnant, he was like, "Yeah, you don't got AIDS." I was like, that dude 100% has something. And
No, that shit was actually funny because
He's
he
like,
was like, "Is anyone going to prick me?" And he punched him. I was like, I'd have probably had to hit him too.
listen, yeah, if that happened, I didn't fault him for reacting that way because
so, one question: do you think his father-in-law knew? You remember, like, at the end when he went and grabbed him and and then he got stabbed with the needle.
Yeah.
When he saw the father-in-law after he went into work, after him and his wife fought,
Mhm.
do you think the father-in-law knew?
Yes.
Yeah.
The daughter definitely called her dad and was like, "Hey, man, this dude cheated on me."
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at my wife and I was just like, number one, this will never happen. I'm like, is that your first phone call, your dad? And then,
Well, but here's the thing: it's not just her dad,
It's the police chief.
and it's his boss.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of layers to that. You're not just calling, Sally down the street. You're calling someone who literally can fuck this dude's life up because he just.
Yeah.
fucked her
but
life
is that, do you think that was more of a vindictive move, or was that something that
Yes.
that
That
close?
was another.
to her
That was
dad?
actually another thing that went kind of nowhere. Is when she showed up at chasing the girl in the store
Yeah.
and beat her up. I was like, "You fucked him. You fucked him." But it didn't really go nowhere.
I mean, it didn't go nowhere, but it tied it in later on.
Right into the cop.
Yeah.
But do you think that was vindictive, or she was just close to her dad? Like, what was the dad realistically gonna do? Fire the guy, get the guy shot, get him beat up? Like
You ain't listen. Did you ever watch Bad Boys?
yeah.
Yeah, when you go up there and you strong arm the date and you just let them know, hey, I know some shit. So don't come up here acting a certain way because you're gonna get fucked up. I think that's exactly she's like, he can make his work life hell because he's making my house life hell.
But I do feel like the wife was a piece of shit too. Well, I ain't gonna say piece of shit, but she said she was like some stuck up, like I
Yeah.
get what I want type of girl.
Yeah.
My
It's
man is brutalizing the victim over here. She
No,
got
it did.
Nah, 'cause I feel like I can't say what I would do because I'm not in that position. But I feel the dad was like, man, fuck her. She deserves this shit.
She did come across as someone who wasn't
But-
wasn't aware of whatever her husband or boyfriend was going through.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I fell for the okie doke when they were showing the thing from Justine's perspective. I was like, what a snake. I was like, she's this flawed character. But then when I realized, and you got the actual perspective, it's funny how people say there's what you think, what they think, and then the actual truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Like his perspective, like you saw how she hugged him, and she was like, no, he held the hug and he had feelings, and then the next scene it was like,
But that was the different side of the story. So
Yeah.
going back to the perspective, which is dope. But let's talk about one thing, Marcos. Why the gay couple had like 15 hot dogs?
no, they had 7 hot dogs.
You counted?
No, this actually came up. This actually came up.
Hold on. How did this come up? Explain.
Because again, in my research, they talked about all the stuff that the director said, and apparently it ties into one of their most famous skits that they had, like the whitest kids in the room or whatever, that they wrote, and the dude that died, his best friend, his co-creator of the show, has a skit where a dude is in there and he was talking about his diet, and he was like, yeah, I had 7 hot dogs, and the guy was like, this week? He was like, no, for breakfast. And he was like, today? So that was like one of the skits that went viral. So because
Marcos watched that scene, was like, ooh, me too.
no, all jokes aside, I looked at the scene and I looked at Lily. I was like, how come we don't have Saturday afternoon hot dogs? And Lily, no joke, credit to her. She looked at me. She's like, we're not 15. Why are we having hot? Like, if we can have any other thing, like that's some shit that your little brother makes. But did you peep that they used? The directors and the producers are very smart. They used the Mickey Mouse shirts that were not part of the trademark anymore. like it was an old Mickey Mouse design, so they made it come across that these guys were like Disney adults or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I
First
just
of all,
I liked the fact that it's a small touch, but when the aunt got to the house and he killed the husband by just headbutting the fuck out of him.
I love the eye was like
I like that because, like, again, it's one of those things where most kids or most people know what a headbutt feels like because they know it doesn't just hurt a person or whatever; it hurts them as well. And so,
most individuals,
I can't say what I want to say, but
no. First, most individuals that have had violence, because I'm almost hurt. I could go downstairs and be like, Lily, have you ever felt a headbutt? She's like, why? Why would I?
now listen,
Her and her brother have gone on record that they've never had fights.
I'll get out of here.
And I'm like,
your wife's a liar.
no, I can totally believe it. The way she argues with people, she'd be like, listen. And I was like, oh, you've never been punched in the mouth. And she's like, no, why would I get punched in the mouth? And I was like, never mind. Let's just stop this conversation.
I'm gonna throw out a random question here.
I can't entertain this conversation at all. You have to skip me on this subject.
Yeah, where does this movie land in your favorite movies of the year?
Of the year?
Yeah,
it's in the top 3.
Really?
So me too. It's in my top 3.
Number 1 or 2, it switches. It goes back and forth. It's Sinners, and I like the Superman. Sinners, Superman. They flip flop on a daily basis because I've really watched. Those have been my go-to movies since they've been released. Like I'll pop them on and I'll watch.
Not Sausage Fest.
This guy, fucking guy, and then Weapons.
You said for the year, right?
For the year.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, honestly, for the year, it's Sinners, Fantastic Four, and Weapons.
Yeah, Fantastic.
Wow. Okay. I'm actually, you know what?
Like, how did this movie, Chris? I feel like with you, I felt like you would probably like.
Okay, time out. Chris, all jokes aside, did you go after a long day of work and watch this, or
no? I went Saturday afternoon after I jerked off.
Post nut clarity.
I was real relaxed like in there. But
might have been it. That might have been it.
Nah, I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but for the year, of course, we all agree Sinners was just a dope movie.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised because I thought
Sinners was this year. I'm bugging. I thought it was like last November.
No, Sinners is this year. Yeah.
But for top 3, and this is gonna sound really, really fucked up coming from me. Okay, hold on. Before I pick my third one, is it movie theater movies or movies in general?
Movies that released this year.
Yeah,
okay. So I will put Sinners, Fantastic Four, and K-pop Demon Hunter. I don't care. Kiss my ass.
First of all, when you said it,
listen, Chris,
when you were I
don't care.
I was talking to Chris the other day. He goes, "Oh yeah, you saw on the group chat. Yo, I'm watching this K-pop thing again." And I was like, "What?"
I said K-pop shit. Had to make sure I put that in.
I was gonna send something back, but I literally was like in the middle of a meeting and I put my phone down and I was like, and I forgot. It was gonna be some really. I was gonna talk some shit there, and I was like, So, low key, is that the favorite pick I've made since we've been on the podcast together?
Sure as hell wasn't Sisu. No, okay, so all right, so did you guys find this movie? Because again, I talked to a guy.
November.
I talked to a guy, but actually right before I went to go see it, and he was saying that like he didn't really like the movie that much because it wasn't what he expected it to be. So I don't know what and other people expected it to be, but I think he might have expected it to be more of a horror, like scary movie. But I felt like it was more of a thriller. What did y'all think? Did y'all like? Were there scary parts to it? Did you guys think it was more of a thriller suspense movie or?
This movie hits it on the nail for me 100%. And I just this is the type of movie that I like. I expected craziness because I literally looked at
hot dogs.
No, I literally looked at Lily and I said, "This is from the creators of Barbarians," and we had just seen it like a couple months earlier, again at the crib, and she was like, "I like this movie. This movie, like, it's jack of all trades. It's like it's funny," and then she was like, "I think I'm gonna like it," because we kept seeing the previews, and Lily's normally like, "I'm good," or "This is something you're going to go see by yourself," and she really liked it, and that's
you, Chris.
For what?
Yeah, did you like? Was it
Well,
was it a thriller to you? Was it like a
oh,
scary movie to you? Like,
well, I expected it to be scary. That's what I thought it was going to be.
yeah,
Um, I can't even say it was a thriller. I think it was just a good. Okay, you know what? It's probably a bad example. I was gonna say it's like Pulp Fiction, where there's like different chapters
yeah,
because the perspective.
yeah,
So it creates suspense, a whole lot of it,
yeah.
and yeah, I felt like okay, that's okay. You know what? Now we're talking about it. That's where I feel like the movie failed. It created such a great suspense when
Yeah.
it came time for them to kill the aunt, whatever the case may be. Like why?
Ooh, I got something. I got something. I got something for you.
That's my problem. It created
I
a
got
great
some.
suspense that left me hanging.
I got.
Before Marcos, before you go, for me, again, the suspense was top notch for me. Like, I sat in my seat for 2 hours. Just I felt like I was just getting like tightened up. And I remember after the end of the movie, I kind of just went, I could breathe again because it felt
Mm.
like I was always just like clenching, like what the fuck is happening next? And I think it's
Yeah.
because to me the storyline was, or the story itself was so unique and original. I couldn't see what was coming next. So
Mhm.
it made me go like,
I didn't expect the kids to rip her apart. I
No,
also. I also didn't expect the cop to die. I thought Justine was gonna die because of how they portrayed her as such a flawed character. To the point that when she was doing the investigation with the dad, I was like, she's
how did
going to die.
how did y'all not expect the kids to rip up the aunt?
Well, see, I didn't expect that. I thought the way she died was dope.
Yeah.
I just wish it made more sense.
Okay.
I
That's all.
thought the dad was gonna somehow not get hypnotized and like break her neck.
No, see, I thought at first I was like, man, that was kind of like really visceral and crazy. But it makes sense because it was the kid who set he set the spell at the end.
Hmm.
So like, when a kid is thinking like, hey, I want to kill someone, he's not thinking, hey, I want to go grab a gun and shoot someone. He's thinking the most craziest thing, like this aunt did this shit to my friends, my family, like just I want to tear her apart. And that's kind of
Well,
just
the
what went to
crazy thing is he did all this to save his parents, and it sucks that in the epilogue we find out that he didn't even go back to his parents. He's living with another aunt.
Well, he couldn't because like, so what it said was like a lot of the kids, like some of them kind of recovered because I mean, essentially she sucked the life force out, so they're not all right anymore. You see when Josh Brolin's carrying his kid down the street, you can see that emptiness in his eyes, and like that's
So
crazy to me. The idea that like some shit can happen to you and it literally just fundamentally changes your perspective and who you are as a person.
another Easter egg was that Maddie, the little girl that said that was a narrator in the beginning of the movie,
Mhm.
was one of the characters because she
I would
said
imagine.
again, some can talk, and I think she was one of them.
Yeah.
And it was a
Okay.
little black girl. First of all, that was a one continuous shot when they're chasing her through the houses. That reminded me of
Look,
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
the shit was so dope. The way it ended, I just
Yeah.
wish it just made more sense to me. That's all.
But why didn't it make sense to you? Because it made perfect sense to me.
No, I mean like you said, the kid obviously cast a spell. The kids ripped her apart, but it's just like because even when she knew, she was like, "Oh no!" It took off running. The shit was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Her
Yeah.
half bald ass running through every house, and the
Like,
kids are running.
Look, the
the-
opening of Jackass.
The kids are running through this like we're gonna get this girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the shit was dope. I just wish it just made more sense of
I just
why she had him in the first place. That's all.
I could tell she was desperate, but I felt like she would have formulated the plan a little bit better because she had the cop and the junkie as her guard dogs, and then her failsafe plan was the parents. And then I'm like, so that's it?
No,
Like,
but the thing is, I feel like she didn't factor in that the kid was as smart as he was. Because one of the things I really liked was that kid Alex was actually a very smart kid. He didn't do anything dumb the entire time. But the minute he realized something was wrong with his parents, first thing he did was try to wake him up. And it wasn't until she fucking blackmailed him and said, "Hey, like if you don't do what I need you to do, I'm gonna kill everyone."
Yeah.
So he's
you know
like,
what you know what's insane about his whole storyline, Alex, is that I feel like in 2025, somebody will see a little kid walking from the grocery stores with double bagging bags of soup, walking home back and forth from school and all this stuff. And everybody be like, not my kid, not my not my worries.
Okay. Speaking of, let's go back. Let's go back to another part of the movie. remember how Josh Brolin, because his character is a contractor or whatever.
Yep.
So he knows how to read lines and everything like that.
He's
I
also
thought
in the military because he was wearing dog tags.
okay, I must have missed that. But the fact that he pointed out when he was drawing the lines to the map and they crossed over.
Yep.
I think he should have kind of did that more. Like he just did 2 lines and that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah, I
maybe
felt
like
he
4 or 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I felt like he should have like factored, okay, this kid ran here, this kid ran here. Like maybe a little more of like,
Yeah, versus
because
just 2.
you see 2 go, you're like, to me that's more coincidence than it is a pattern.
Yeah.
I found it funny because again, the producers and the director have worked with what's his name, the dude that was from Barbarian.
Justin Long.
Yeah, Justin Long, and then they brought him back in. That was a funny ass cameo. That's the
Yeah.
one of the things that made me laugh out loud, like completely laugh.
Oh yeah.
What? Like the wife was like, and then all of a sudden he's like, sure. He's
No, because even my wife was like, "Oh yeah, he waited for the dude to get home." I said, "Because sometimes men don't need an emotional answer. We're going with logic here. We're trying to figure something out." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, but let's be clear. That motherfucker was scared and he was frazzled. He's like, "Oh man, I just want this dude right now."
Okay, but reverse. Put yourself in that position. Like if that was you, if somebody comes now, granted, I feel like Josh Brolin, maybe for movie purposes, should
Yeah,
have
he's been bullying people since the 80s.
no, but I'm saying he should have had a better introduction. Like, hey, I want to talk to you for a minute. I've been doing some research and I've come across this and this and this. Can I look at your cameras real quick? Okay, you know what? Maybe I might give you a chance.
Yeah.
But just walking up like, let me see your cameras. Cool.
Well, okay, so but here's the thing. We don't know. Maybe this is one of those things that needs a little more elaboration, but it could be a scenario where their kids are all in the same class. So there's a chance they all might all know each other already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there could be that.
But I think and this is something that on the second viewing, I kind of thought about this, that like I think Josh Brolin's son was the bully, of course, but he might have bullied every single.
Oh yeah, he threw a pen slap.
Yeah. And then the parents don't fuck with him because you know which kids are bullies, and then you kind of like probably talk to the dad or the mom, and it's like, shut up, my kid ain't doing nothing crazy.
You know that you're right. Maybe they looked at him like, oh yeah, his kid's the bully, so now he's trying to bully me too.
Yeah,
I can see that. Were there any moments in the fucking movie that made you jump? There was one, the one where the girl's trying to look through the windows and it's all covered, boarded up, and also she looks through that little sliver and you just see 2 people just staring at her.
Yeah.
Before you realize they're hypnotized, I was like, "Geez, what the fuck?" And then the fucking the aunt was in the ceiling.
Yes, that's the one, because the way that they filmed it, you're looking at the girl's eyesight, and then they turn the camera. It was a great camera trick. Then you see it from like the perspective of the environment, and then they switch it right back to her eyesight, and then you see that like, yo, I did not realize it was the aunt up until like at the first time I did not know, but then I think it was when Josh Brolin's character saw her that's when you finally got a clear shot. Like I thought it was gonna be a Terrifier situation, like especially when she was in the woods. Like, oh man, it's like,
oh yeah,
like that gave me she was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
First of all, I looked at Lily like after that part when when Benedict Wong and his husband let her in. I would be like, that's some shit you would do, because I'd be like, hey man, we'll talk about this on Monday. You'd be like, Marcos, let them in. I'd be like, no. Like, I looked at my partner like, this is kind of shit you would do. And what about you guys? Do you think your partner let that weird person in?
Yeah.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
She's very
my Mount Caucasus has a shade of chocolate to her.
No, my Mount Caucasus is like purebred.
She would have offered tea
from the factory settings.
Yeah, factory settings. Or say, well, like, hey, we were about to sit down and have some lunch. Do you want some?
Okay, so you know how like when before it would change perspective, something would normally happen that like kind of left you on a cliffhanger. Did you have any one of those that made you go like, what the fuck just happened? For me, it was when Benedict Wong's character all of a sudden showed up at the fucking gas station. with the
Yes.
blood on
Okay.
his face.
Okay.
I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck? Because like again, that happened, and you didn't see his perspective till like 2 or 3 people later.
Mhm.
You don't even know. Like to you, it's just like, go ahead.
Can I call a flag on the play real quick?
Yep.
Look, okay. Sometimes I'm knocked the fuck out, especially with the.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you're not going to feel somebody get in your car and cut your hair?
If you're asleep, you might not.
Nah. Mm,
I had
Look,
an issue
look.
with that scene because
yeah.
Chris, I found a video the other day.
he
on my
opened the
phone.
car door. The car was locked. Wasn't it locked? I was like,
She came through the back door.
Yeah.
yeah,
but she
it was,
had
it
these
was
big
still-
ass fucking knife scissors.
Yeah.
When
And then-
she walked out the house, she was like,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Bro, the one part that I was just like, man, this tracks was when the store guy got mad at Justine because she was getting chased. He's like, get out of my store! Like if she's the one trying to kill herself in the store.
Yeah.
No, but okay,
No.
so I just feel like movies like this, okay, they do a lot with a little, right? Presumably the budget wasn't big on this thing.
Oh, it wasn't a big budget, but
do you prefer when it comes, especially when it comes to scary movies, do you prefer when it's less budget, more creativity, or would you rather see a big budget, crazy horror film? I can't think of one. I can't think of a horror film that's got a crazy budget, but besides maybe it.
They don't make horror films that they used to no more.
What's your epitome? What's your epitome of the quintessential horror film?
Mine is The Conjuring and it. Like it don't feel like fall until one of those movies drops. And unfortunately, I think this next Conjuring is the last one, so I'm not looking at this. There's no staples anymore. Like
Yeah, I mean,
there's no.
coming up when we came up, of course, we had our slash, like you said, Jason and Freddy, Michael Myers, and all that.
That's another
like
podcast, by the way. Halloween. I love.
Oh,
There he goes.
his camera paused because he didn't have enough glizzies. He's like,
Anyway. No, people hate those movies. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
I did not hate them. I loved them.
what,
Okay,
the
but-
original Halloweens?
No, the original and the remakes.
but
They came out during the pandemic. People were like, "Oh, I don't
No,
know
'cause
about this."
no, when it comes to scary movies, I don't really get scared. And I actually want to be scared. I actually want to be caught off guard. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
The last movie that did it for me was not the first. Okay, was it? But the one that came out like what 2018, 19 maybe.
Oh, so the first part, not the second part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there was some parts in that actually caught me off guard. Oh snap! I didn't see that coming, and I appreciated it. But they don't make scary movies where they scare you anymore.
I don't know. Because I felt like this movie did. I felt like the jump scares in this movie, I liked them because they weren't fake out jump scares. In some movies, it's a jump scare, but it's because somebody come and said hi, and they just the way they do it, they'd be like, "Hey, why'd you fucking jump out of nowhere just to say hi?"
Yeah,
Whereas this one is like when it was a jump scare, it was because some actual like creepy shit just happened.
I will say maybe the part where I think Josh Brolin's character is looking in the room
Mhm.
and the aunt is laying in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Chris's idea of a scary movie is Daddy Daycare.
That ain't scary. That's what you call torture.
No, like okay. So the reason why I brought that up is because while I was watching it, there was a trailer that played for Now You See Me, the new Now You See Me coming out.
Okay, I didn't see that one on my end.
And so the issue I have with like some movies is I think they have too much money, so they spend money doing things that don't need to be done. Like I feel like the story could be better. Like again, you're watching a movie about magic, and it's all CGI and camera like shit like that. Like no, if I want to see a movie about magic, show me an actual real magic trick. You don't use CGI and all that shit and wires.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, those movies had a lot of heavy lifting, like to explain their like the things that were really happening. And I was even me, and I enjoy a lot of movies, and I'm like I cut the movies some slack, but even those movies, they're guilty pleasures. I still watch them, but I'm like, this is bullshit. When they were trying to explain that the vault was swapped out, and I was like, all right, what is this?
They're entertaining though.
11? Like,
No, they are, but like, okay, if the basis of the movie is magic, you can't use CGI and camera tricks, in my opinion. You ever
Okay.
seen The Illusionist?
yes.
Well, is that Edward Norton? And
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was the one with Wolverine. What's his
No,
name?
that's the Prestige.
Okay. Well,
Both released around the same time, but both
Gotcha.
those movies are movies about magicians, and those use very little like camera tricks and stuff like that. So you're just, I mean, The Illusionist had the fake flower going up, but like something like The Prestige is like it's an actual like magic trick.
Yeah.
Like after you get done with that movie, you got to rewatch it in order to be like, yo, how come I didn't see this coming? And so with a movie like this, I feel like, again, if you had a horror movie that has so much gore and like crazy action and stuff, all this stuff going on, it to me is less scary because it's trying too hard to be scary.
yeah.
Whereas this movie, I felt like the little things they did made me fucking creeped out.
So, what is your opinion of a movie like The Conjuring? Like The Conjuring, with the exception of the spin-offs, like the original Conjurings.
So
What
for me,
makes it terrifying to me is the shit that's happening in the background, like when the characters are talking, or the stuff when you scan the room. That's to me when it becomes really creepy, and that's when the jump scares come out. Like,
for me, I love the first Conjuring movie. The only moment in that, because did you see the first Conjuring?
Yeah, well, you got to go through my memory. I've seen them. But
Yeah, so to me, it's actually genuinely a scary movie. But the one part I don't like in that movie, because it feels too much, trying too much movie, is when she falls into the basement and then you see the spirit down there and it's like floating and you just see the feet floating in the air.
Yeah.
And that just reminded me of all those like Japanese horror movies.
yeah,
I'm like, to me, I was like, okay, you're doing that. You're trying to scare me in that moment.
okay, I know we're talking about movies here, but we watched something. What was it not the House on Haunted Hill?
Oh,
The
the
Haunting
Haunting
of
Hill
Hill?
House.
Yeah, no, that to me wasn't scary, but it had good scary parts in it.
Mhm.
If that makes sense, and
To
that
me,
was
that-
serious.
To me, that's kind of like this movie, The Weapons, where it's like there's some scary parts, but it's more suspenseful and it's more about the story.
Yeah,
Like that episode, dude, bro, the episode where at the end everybody leaves the room and the girl's just standing there by the fucking casket. That's one of the most heartfelt moments because she felt alone and all this stuff. And then, oh, Marcos, you've seen The Haunting of Hill House, right?
yes,
Yeah, that scene, like the whole story was like what she was going through, she felt alone, and then even in death, when everybody left her and she was just still left standing there alone, like I have no one right now. I was like, God damn, that shit was good.
But what I'm talking about is like the scary part because throughout the whole series, you got the big guy walking with the cane that's kind of like floating.
Yeah.
And when he finally, I think it's the last episode where he like stops and gets face to face with the dude, he just looks at him. It's like it's not scary, but it gives you that scary feeling.
Yeah.
Like that to me was better than any scary movie that came out in the last 3
Yeah.
years. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like moments like that because instinctually you go, what would I do in this situation?
Yeah.
You got a motherfucker breathing on you like that. You're like,
And he won't look at him, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, you got this big ass dude in the fucking cloak
Yeah.
walking around with a cane.
Where do you think Weapons, if they make a sequel, where do you think it goes? You said you're probably going to go prequel, right?
yeah, they got to go prequel because what are they gonna do? Like one of the kids becomes Alex becomes a witch 20 years later. Like I think in order for you to make it good, it has to be a prequel, and he has the blueprint. Like you guys remember Pearl and what is it X?
No.
Those movies you never seen those?
No, they sound like porn.
The only pearl I know is
Yeah.
So Pearl,
He completely like, I ain't gonna entertain this black motherfucker.
no,
but you said it first.
so
It's terrible that both of us thought about that. He like,
So Pearl Pearl is a prequel to a movie called X that came out in 2022. It's a A24 movie. That first one was really scary, and so basically it was an actress. What the hell is her name? Mia Goth. She played like the horror villain in X as an old lady in full makeup.
Yep.
So basically, in Pearl, they showed how she became this person in the present movie in this movie that's set in the past.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like one of the few times that I've seen like A24 do a trilogy.
Yeah.
Because they added another movie that kind of shows one of the characters adjacent, and it's crazy. So basically, X, you're right. It is about a group of people going to film a porno, but they go to like this Midwest farm, and they're not telling the guy what they're doing, but
I
then
think I've heard of this.
Okay, yeah, Kid Cudi's in it, right?
I'm not. Let me.
I think I've heard of this. Yeah.
Let me see. X film. Yes, he's in the movie.
Go get
And
your fingers.
the movie is crazy. Karen Gillian is in it too, and Jenna Ortega is one of the leads. It
Yeah.
was a really good movie, and
He just be skipping over us.
what? No, because I know you guys are trying to crack me here, you pieces of shit. But
Chris, where do you see this movie? If you guys were to make the sequel to this movie, where would you take it?
A sequel?
like a sequel or a prequel?
Either or. The next movie in whatever goes after Weapons. Where would you take the story?
Well, first of all, how would you do it? Because I felt like the different perspectives is something you got to keep. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I don't know.
So if you do a prequel to see how the aunt got to be what she is,
Mhm.
what could you do to her backstory with different perspectives?
You,
Which would be dope, but it's got to be that's a whole lot of writing. You know what I'm saying?
I think I could see it where you kind of, and I know this sounds hokey, like you do a freeze frame when the kids got her down, and then she takes over the narration and be like, things didn't work out for me this time, but it wasn't like this previous time that I did this. You know what I mean? And you could kind of like, because it was implied that she was a witch from the Salem trials, so you
No,
could do it.
It's not like there's some cartoon movie that's like that.
I know, no, it sounds like you're like, well,
Yeah, well, this didn't work out in my hand, but this is how I got here because when I was a kid, I used to play with witches.
no, but like, because it's implied she's old, and
Not implied, it's shown, bro.
I
It
think
was over. She
feel
was
like
running. 'Cause
Gollum.
it was over. She was running.
I think you could put it. You could put her in the Salem witch trials and kind of be like,
But no, I feel like because they already. What was that movie that came out? Was it Jane Doe? It was a movie about the girl.
you talking about Jane Eyre or whatever the hell?
No, it was a movie where they find a dead body.
And they're doing the autopsy of Jane Doe.
Okay, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. I feel like you can't do a Salem movie. You could, but you got to really make it good. It's been too many spin-offs.
First
Okay.
of all, the autopsy of Jane Doe is a creepy ass movie.
Oh yeah, I own it. That shit is fucked up.
Yeah,
I would never work at a hospital, especially the morgue, overnight by
Don't
myself.
you work at a hospital?
Yeah, but not overnight by myself. Not overnight by myself. And I work IT. I'm not sitting there with bodies. If you think about the first person to get it in any
Oh,
movie
gosh.
is always the autopsy.
I hate recording when the kids are home because I can't say half the shit I think about saying.
Like, think about it. Think about it, Sarat. Blade, freaking Terrifier.
Listen. If I were to do a sequel to this movie, I would do the perspective thing, but I would do the perspective of every person that got affected by that old lady, and
They're
seeing
all played by
we're just seeing how they're living now, like what's affecting them, and maybe one of them takes over. Maybe the kids still doing the shit. Who knows? But I would actually do it for like, okay, what happens a year later? How's this town affected by this?
So this is one thing, and this is gonna sound stupid. I would have not been able to do that magic because she kept piercing her skin multiple times.
Were you afraid of needles?
I'm not. But like for you to like yourself with a dirty ass plant, just keep cutting your palm. It's like, yo, what the hell?
Oh,
I mean, maybe the plant had hallucinations on it. Get high.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. If I could get drunk off a plant without drinking it, I'd prick myself in the fucking heartbeat.
I don't know. Chris, listen, Chris is Chris is about 2 steps away from drinking fucking rubbing alcohol just because they got the name.
Like the guy from what's it called? Oh shit.
Fucking Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah, Happy like the neighbor
With the fucking sanitizer?
yeah, like, the coach. It was the coach.
No, I don't know if I could go to that level, but I would have hey, what's this? Alcohol in here? You know what I'm saying?
All
I
right,
mean-
final thoughts on weapons, Marcos. What you think?
I think this is amazing content for 2025. I enjoyed it. I want to see more movies be creative like that. Give us an original story. Give us an interesting hook. Like you said, like Sarat said earlier, I was on the edge of my seat. I did not know what was happening. Unlike every other movie that's been successful this year, you kind of already knew where they were going with it. This one I did not, and I was very happy with it.
Chris?
I liked it. I thought it was good. Like I said, my only thing is it created such great suspense and ended really, really. I don't want to say sloppy, but I still keep the kids going crazy. But it's still missing something for me. But it was definitely a good movie. Definitely good.
Okay, for me, again, because this is the guy that also made Barbarian, I wasn't the biggest fan of Barbarian. There's some moments of it that I like, but I don't really, I don't know. I guess once it became the girl in the basement and all that shit, I don't know. I kind of just, it wasn't really,
Yeah.
I don't,
You
it didn't do nothing for me. But I like the fact that he's very into building atmosphere. And that's one of the things about his movies that are really good is that he builds a creepiness and an atmosphere to it that, like, depending on how the story goes, it can get you on your seat. And like I said, I was on the edge of my seat, like sitting tense for 2 hours straight. It's one of those moments in the theater where, like, again, I left the theater relieved because I just felt like I couldn't breathe because I was trying to figure out what was happening next. And that's the kind of experience that I want when I go to the movie theaters, whether it's an action movie, suspense, whatever. I want to feel like I went on a ride when I was there, and this did that. So yeah. But yeah, man. All right, well, that's the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid 56.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. Safe out there.
And I forgot to say it earlier, but make sure y'all like, subscribe, tell us in the comments what y'all thought of the movie. Tell us if you think Marcos was off key for counting how many glizzies were in the scene. You noticed some shit, bro. You noticed the dog tags, the number of hot dogs,
For real.
the fucking Mickey shirts. I didn't even know they had Mickey shirts on.
Nah, I don't remember that either.
Yeah, when they're in the house. And he was
Marcos was
wearing
like, I got that shirt.
No, he was wearing it when they were running and tackling the person. First of all,
It's under his
nobody get
LWO.
how nobody get cut? Get put through glass and put through glass doors. Nobody got cut. But anyway, that's another podcast.
Look, it's that's honestly, if you ever had like jump through glass or some shit.
No, I can say I've never had to do that.
Come
No,
on, he puts on a red shirt and jumps through brick walls. Kool-Aid.
No, one thing I noticed, anytime I've got cut by glass is when I'm not doing shit with it. If I'm like, okay, got slammed through it, or had to jump through it, whatever, I don't get a scratch.
Okay,
But
Batman.
You had to like, all right, I'm gonna let some people know some shit.
I'm just saying, I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say, but I done had an encounter with some glass a couple times.
I had an ex-girlfriend punch a window glass trying to get to me.
And it's like when shit like that happens, it's like you won't get touched.
Wait, hold on. Did
But-
she try to punch it like
Bro,
like,
she was half Irish, half Puerto Rican, and
wait, did she try to punch it like the dude from Karate Kid Part 2 in the beginning?
Nah, you know what it was?
Got the way.
Surat was like,
She was like, oh.
Surat was like, Chinese food here, no soul food here, no. She punched.
listen. I should have known it was a red flag because she was excited to show me her graduation certificate from anger management. I was like, oh shit, there's a wrong woman to be messing with.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh
all right,
man.
we'll catch y'all later.
Um,
I'm a warrior.